Hey everybody, this is Six with a Hard Time Strongman podcast, training up a better class of men. And today we are coming to you live from the Madison Square Garden Arena. No, we're kidding. We're in my garage. Anyway, today we are bringing you Battle Drill 10, also known as reacting to chemical or biological hazard or attack. Now, keep in mind what we're going to be talking about is going to be from the operational standpoint. This is the Army's training. This podcast is sponsored by Blackbeard Firestarter. Blackbeard Firestarter has been our first choice in Firestarters since they introduced their Firestarter rope years ago.
Blackbeard offers their fire starters, their fire plugs, arc lighters, ferro rods, stormproof matches, everything you need to get a fire started.
Their products are made right here in the US, wind and waterproof, have an insane burn time. They're basically dummy proof.
And to help you out, Blackbeard let us cherry pick from their store everything that we want, everything that we thought you needed to get a fire started, and we call it our Hard Time Strongmen Fire Kit. On top of that, they're also offering a 15% discount on anything in their store when you enter code STRONGMEN at checkout.
We can't recommend Blackbeard enough. They stand behind their products, and so do we.
Be sure to check them out at blackbeardfire.com and on Instagram at blackbeardfire. And as always, stay in the fight.
Stay in the fight. So here's your conditions. You're in an environment in which I'm going to say CBURN. CBURN just stands for chemical, biological, radiological, or nuclear. CB is just weird for me to say. So we're going to be saying CBURN. Just know that we're talking about chemical or biological attacks. So you're in an environment in which CBURN weapons or unknown toxic industrial chemicals have been used by the enemy. You're given a protective mask, individual decontamination kit, and all of a sudden, any of one of the following automatic masking situations occur. There's 9 of these conditions. However, your chain of command could establish more than 9. These are just the standard 9. Number 1, chemical alarm sounds. Number 2, a positive reading is obtained on detection paper. Number 3, individuals exhibit symptoms of CBURN agents or a toxic industrial chemical poison, such as difficulty breathing, coughing, wheezing, vomiting, or eye irritation. If those sound familiar, you've probably been exposed to CS gas before. Ain't fun. Anyway, number 4, you observe a spill or a cloud of unknown material. A cloud of unknown material is worrisome, to say the least, because if that's chlorine gas, you're not going to have a good time. Number 5, you react to an IED explosion where you suspect the release of known or unknown toxic chemicals. Has been known to occur. Number 6, you observe contamination marker. Number 7, a supervisor orders you to mask. It's just that simple sometimes, folks. Sometimes it happens like that. Number 8, you observe personnel wearing protective masks. So that's kind of just a dead giveaway, right? You see people walking around wearing masks. Might be a good time to put on yours. Number 9, you observe other signs of a possible CBURN agent or toxic industrial chemical attack or spill. So, when you are reacting to a CBURN attack, it is critical that you protect yourself as quickly as possible and scrub off with your decontamination kit as much, if not all, of the contaminating agent. You do not want a chemical or biological, much less radiological or nuclear agent on your skin. Bad times ahead if you do. So, Tempus Fugit. Time is of the essence here, folks. Number one thing. If you are exposed, you have 9 seconds to get your protective mask on and sealed. 9 seconds may seem like a lot of time until you're panicking and trying to get your mask on. Then it just goes by so quick. Ugh. So number 1, you want to get your mask on. give the alarm. So when you're giving an alarm, you either yell gas, 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 you give the hand and arm signal for gas, or you can hit two metal objects together. Which, if you're walking along singing a song and you hear ding, 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 yeah, that's worrisome. After that, you're going to want to take cover and preferably get at least 300 meters upwind away from the contaminated area. You do this to reduce exposure, but also because you don't want to hang out in that area. After that, you want to decontaminate any exposed skin, like we're talking about. Decontaminate your skin with your decontamination kit as quickly and thoroughly as possible. Once you've done that, cover all of your exposed skin and assume op level 4, especially if it's a very dangerous agent and you're told to do so. Your head is, or at least your face is already protected by your mask. So you've got that going for you. Now, what do you do about the rest of your stuff? Well, you got an overcoat and over boots. I want to put those on. After you do that, you're going to want to decontaminate your equipment. So your rifle, your magazines, your like literally everything that was on you when you were in that area, you want to decontaminate as quickly as possible because you can have cross contamination as soon as you like if you decontaminate yourself and then you start handling equipment that's still contaminated, it can you can recontaminate yourself, guys. I mean, common sense, right? So decontaminate your stuff, notify your superior of any chemical biological markers or indicators. Once you're decontaminated, once you've notified your superiors, you're going to continue your mission as long as you're in MOP level 4. As miserable as that would be, I would much rather be sweating than dying of exposure, right? So continue mission, perform all your tasks according to your unit SOP, standing operating procedures. After that, you're going to want to use any and all available means of detection to check your surrounding area for the presence of contamination. If you found none, notify higher and report your findings, especially if you determine that the attack was not seaburn or toxic industrial related. After that, you're just going to want to await further guidance. The standards hurry up and wait. It applies here too. If everybody else reports the absence of contamination, higher will disseminate back down that you can downgrade from mob level 4. So that's Battle Drill 10, folks. It's short, simple, and to the point, right? Um, Dealing with a seabird attack is not fun. It's actually quite worrisome. Um, as an aside, I've never had to deal with a chemical or biological attack. In fact, while we're deployed, and this was just my experience. I'm not saying all units do this or have done this, but when we were deployed, we actually had all of our seaburn stuff locked up. Yes, they issue you masks. Yes, they issue you overcoats, overboots. We had to have that stuff to deploy. We locked it all in a supply container, a Connex, and there it stayed for our entire deployment. You want to know why? Because leadership was afraid of some 18 to 20-year-olds losing their stuff, thousands of dollars worth of equipment, right? Granted, I was like in my 30s when we deployed, but it is what it is, right? Thanks for joining us for Battle Drill 10, guys. I mean, us. I mean, me, right? Now, seven was predisposed with some stuff to do. So took over this one. Fairly simple. So Don't really need two people for this one. Consider joining our Patreon, subscribing. We do have some stuff coming down for our patrons, including exclusive episodes, rant-episodes, even previews of our book that's coming out. Also, check out our Discord. We talk about everything under the sun, from kit to shooting to medical, homesteading. Um, Recent conversations have been about entry tools and some of the fun stuff that can be done with that, both non-destructive and destructive. So consider joining us on there. You know, drop us a line on Instagram. Thanks for hanging out with me in my garage. This is Six, talking about Battle Drill 10, the Hard Time Strongman podcast, training up a better class of man. Stay in the fight.
Hey guys, this is 6 and 7 with the Hard Time Strongman podcast. Wanted to take a second to do a mental health check-in and to tell y'all about the 988 Crisis Lifeline. So, the 988 Lifeline is a national network of local crisis centers that provides free and confidential emotional support to people in suicidal crisis or emotional distress 24 hours a day, 7 days a week in the United States. You can reach the Lifeline at 988lifeline.org, or you can call or text 988 to get help, to get someone real on the phone.
Every struggle is different. Every struggle is hard. But you are not alone in whatever you're going through. As someone who has used the 988 crisis line, I fully recommend that if you're feeling any of those feelings of depression, suicide, hopelessness, get in touch with them immediately. They will help you. They will listen to you.
Once again, guys, you can reach the Lifeline at 988lifeline.org, or you can call or text them at 988. As always, guys, stay in the fight.
Stay in the fight.